China's China's deadly plastic head obsession. What the heck is this? What's going on in China?
Chinese beauty filters to the world of shadow clone makeup. How about we start modifying our heads as well? Yes, I'm serious. We're getting set back 1,000 years at this point. Now, Chinese beauty culture has always had a thing for baby faces. And this isn't new. You open Douyin or Xiaohongshu and it looks like everybody downloaded the same character preset. Big eyes, small face, completely no pores, and...
Let's go back. It's funny because my wife has the same eyes and she doesn't need any surgery for that. Like my wife's eyes are like huge, absolutely gigantic. Yes, your eyes are absolutely gigantic and you don't need surgery for it. They're like huge. So, no surgery needed.
Pores and a nose that looks so small that it's like it's trying to hide from you. Men and women alike are all chasing that. Technically, I'm 24, but you know, I look like I just got picked up from a kindergarten class aesthetic. Now, digital filters don't harm your physical body, right? It just messes up your entire view on beauty standards. But what if we crank that to the maximum threshold and start putting plastic in our heads to look, you know, a bit more alien? Welcome to the Chinese influencer obsession with the so-called high skull beauty. If you
Okay, I thought what is it? South Korea is like a plastic surgery capital of the world, but that's like Botox, lip injections, like, you know, the safe stuff, the most common stuff, and I think in Brazil is the butt lifts, but I guess China is having like skull lifts. I mean. I don't know.
Been doom scrolling on Douyin, you're gonna see many influencers bragging about their head wrapping face proportions like it's a Pokemon evolution. The concept is simple. If the distance between your hairline and the top of your skull is longer than the distance between your eyebrows and your hairline, congratulations. You've unlocked the ultimate proportional face. Just looking at it, it's a piece of art. Your head will be considered high, and once your head is high, your face will just magically look...
They're embracing the Jimmy Neutron in Megamind. That's literally what they're doing. Having a giant head doesn't mean you're smart. Just because that's how Megamind was, not just because that's how Jimmy Neutron was, it doesn't make you smart. No. Bad China. Stop.
Smaller.
I want to smack their hands.
Exists only to be compared to other body parts. Disregard anything else. Of course, it's all about the angles, and this entire thing is basically an illusion just to trick you to think that you're chopped. They'll tell you it's a way to look younger, and it's completely normal and definitely safe. I mean, stretching your head like Play-Doh, of course it's safe. Now, it did start at the safer end, mainly with hair tutorials promising extra volume at the crown. Many influencers promoted headbands and foam pads, pretty much to just...
Yeah, because they used to have that back in the day. I think it was like in the 80s, the 70s, 80s, where they'd put like a lift in the hair, the women. Like there would be like a extra bounce in the hair back in the day. I mean, you could look at the old photos and they would have ways of combing their hair and stylizing their hair to where it was poofier. And again, my wife doesn't need that. She already has too much volume of hair. I'm finding it everywhere. But yeah, there's just so much hair. In here, they're destroying themselves with product that they're going to end up thinning out to begin with. It's not going to go anywhere, but...
Push your hair a bit more forward and higher. But let's be real for a second. The problem was never about having a flat skull or a big forehead. It all started because people were saying, if your head isn't high enough, then your face is big. And if your face is big, then you look old. And if you look old... you failed. Especially for influencers whose entire income depend on their appearance. Put the fries in the bag, little bro. And that's where the solutions came in. And by solutions...
I honestly still don't know where that line is from. I just know people use it to insult people, put the fries in the bag, but I don't know where it's from. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I guess, especially, like, that's the sad part. For women... it's their looks, and that's it. That's the only thing they can do to as a product. They're basically selling themselves. Sure, there are those women who are entertaining. The problem is guys don't watch women. In like the streaming world, it's guys that watch the stuff. It's always guys, predominantly guys, that watch that stuff. Women don't care for that kind of stuff. It's predominantly men. Just like movies, it's predominantly men who show up to cinemas. Just like with games, it's predominantly men. It's male dominated. So sadly, women have to do it with their looks. And I'm someone, I can't watch a female streamer. I just can't. There's something about their voices. They're too nasally. I can't listen to it for a long period of time. So a lot of guys are literally just watching to see a girl. That's literally what it is. For me, I could never do it. I always had to see a male streamer. If I'm watching a streamer, it has to be a guy. It has to be a guy. I can't just stare at a woman. Does that make me sound gay? I mean, I guess. But I just couldn't stare at a woman for no apparent reason because it was just boring. It was just boring to me. But when you're watching a guy, it's just like, oh, I could be a friend. We could be friends. We could be brothers. When it's a girl, it's just like, this feels weird. This just feels weird. I mean, that's always how I felt about it. I mean, I can't even play a female character in a video game. But yeah, for women, it's their looks. So they're always trying to catch up. That's why I'm all for the VTuber scene. Whether you're a guy pretending to be a girl or a girl pretending to be a girl, you know, so you don't need to do the makeup, you don't need to do the plastic surgery or the head lift, all this stuff. I'm all for it because if they feel safer and feel comfortable and then don't have to chase these crazy beauty standards, more power to them.
I mean, injecting filler into your scalp so that your head becomes inflated like a balloon. The most common method being pushed by influencers is injecting hyaluronic acid directly into your head. And hyaluronic acid isn't like some evil substance, okay?
That just sounds like it's gonna burst and then melt their brain. Oh, no, oh my God. Acid? I mean, does it solidify? Or does their head become like a prosthetic boob? If it's used, but does it solidify into a hard substance, or does it remain jiggly like a boob? Oh my gosh! So you can touch it and it goes in. It's like touching a cheek. Instead of a hard surface, if you could hear that on the mic, it turns into a soft cheek, but on my head. Oh my freaking gosh. That's just disgusting. That's just disgusting.
Like, we use it. I personally use it in skincare, and everybody else does too.
In
It
skincare?
essentially hydrates your skin. And here's
Well, I gotta say, let's look. He does look fine. He does look fine. I mean, he's taking good care of his skin. He is taking great care of his skin. Unlike me, he's taking great care of his skin. Because you just see him and just like, oh, he could be a model. He could easily be a model. In-belt helmet. Yeah, that's basically what they're doing. They're injecting something in their head for the retard hats.
and everybody else does too. It essentially hydrates your skin. And here's the thing that they don't tell you. This is temporary. And also, your scalp is massive, so you need way more filler than you think to really make a big difference. And way more is an understatement. Now, there's this viral case about a beauty influencer who really wanted a high skull, and they ended up, sit with me here, having around 50 syringes of hyaluronic acid injected into their scalp. At first, everything seemed fine, and that's how most of these stories start, by the way. A couple of months later, she posted a video where she removed her headband and revealed a massive bald patch. She was crying on camera, explaining how that she'd gone for a crown lip filler 2 months earlier after she started watching face-to-head proportion videos. And a month
That looks... Oh my gosh. Again, I like anime like the next guy, but this is just weird. This is just weird. This is unnatural. Now, my wife, who's an anime character, that is perfectly natural. But this is literally fictitious. What? You're an anime character. Let's be honest. You're an anime character. You got the big eyes. Okay, I'm just gonna... the volume of hair. It just... Stop. But yeah, this is just... It's creepy. It's creepy.
watching face-to-head proportion videos. And a month later, her hair started falling out in clumps.
Well, of course, you destroyed the roots.
And the doctors believe that her hair follicles entered dormancy because the filler caused tension and restricted blood flow. In other words, your hair was basically fighting for its life. She eventually got the fillers dissolved, and then the doctor said that because there wasn't any permanent scarring yet, her hair might regrow back.
Might.
Okay, but what if we remove the temporary part? Because apparently...
Because that's the thing. As soon as hair goes, it's gone. It's gone. You need to reroot the foundation for it to take. I mean, that's why a lot of guys go for like the hair transplant. And then you can't have anything. You're literally are exposed to reality for the world to see, because you can't have like a hat or anything for like the first 6 months as the hair plugs take effect.
Injecting like 50 syringes into your scalp is clearly not extreme enough. And this is where our beloved material, cement, enters the chat. Well, bone cement, okay, not like concrete. Now, bone cement is a real medical material used in actual...
Yeah, I mean, I have that in the back of my head. They use that to close in my brain after my brain surgery. So that stuff works. They get it's like a plaster that they could easily use to seal it.
reconstructive surgeries. You know, the kind performed by licensed surgeons for medical reasons. Not so your face can look 3% smaller on Douyin. But here, bone cement is being marketed as the ultimate high skull solution. Absolutely no maintenance, and it's a permanent fix. Now, I was going to explain exactly how this procedure works, but it is just so gruesome, so I'm just going to put it in simple terms. They essentially open a small part in your scalp, inject the bone cement, and mold it like Play-Doh so that it fits properly. And then it starts to quickly harden and solidify, which then becomes permanent. Congratulations, you have a helmet in your head now. And around mid-2025, a 29-year-old woman from Jiangsu paid around 180,000 yuan at a beauty salon to achieve this perfect high skull look. Not a hospital, a beauty salon. I mean, that's already insane. She said that she always hated how her forehead looked for a very, very long time, and eventually she found out what bone cement filling was, and she knew that was the answer. Because obviously, when you don't like your forehead, the solution is to drill into your skull. So she goes through the exact same step-by-step procedure I explained earlier, but according to some reports, this beauty salon apparently used staple-like clips to, you know, close the gaps, instead of like actual medical material. The entire procedure took about 20 to 30 minutes. That's a very fast procedure, first of all. She left with a bunch of bandages wrapped around her head, smiling. I'd expect her to be like, you know, maybe a bit nervous or like, this is kind of scary, you know, they're like literally opening your head. But no, she said that she'd wish she'd done it sooner. And people were shocked. Netizens quickly pointed out how having bone cement filling into your like head is, you know, asking for permanent brain damage. Not only that, but the short-term effects can easily disrupt blood supply directly to your scalp, as well as baldness, of course.
But I don't think these people care. That's the thing. It's their whole livelihood is based off their looks. And again, like I said before, that's the sad part. That's the sad part. I think like getting into streaming and things like that is the worst thing for women. It really is. It really is, because it becomes all about selling themselves. Even if they're not doing like OF or corn or things like that, it's still selling their body. Their body is the product. I mean, nobody comes to me for how I look. I mean, no, you come to watch a retard speak nonsense. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. Be honest. Be honest. But that's the thing. Nobody cares for how I look. I'm a guy. That's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Oh my gosh. They can't get brain damage because there isn't one. Well, yeah, of course. They're rotting it away. They're absolutely rotting it away. But that's the thing. It's just like, it's so sad. It's so sad because they are the product. They absolutely are the product.
And people question how a beauty salon was even able to do such a procedure that is basically head surgery. And of course, a lot of people ask the most obvious question. What happens in about 20 years? Does it get removed? What if beauty standards change? Am I just stuck with 2026 high skull aesthetics forever? And trends change fast, and I mean extremely fast. Today could be high skulls, tomorrow it's something else. Now, do you guys remember this girl?
No brain. Oh my gosh, the 30-year-old adult who pretends to be like a grade schooler. My gosh. Oh, okay, whatever. I feel like my brain cells are dying. Cause okay, I'll do it. But it's like that's what's funny, because I have that cement in my brain. Well, not in my brain. It's at the back of my head. I mean, I have the incision mark and everything. Maybe I'll show it one of these days. But it's just like, oh my freaking gosh. I don't want to become retarded like this. I don't want to be retarded. Well, then again, I'm already retarded. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I got that cement in the back of my head.
Yeah, have you ever noticed something odd about their ears? So there's this huge elf ear trend where influencers are pretty much showing off their ears that are protruding outwards unnaturally to make their faces look smaller.
You don't
It's
need
pretty
that
much the
either.
same-
See, that's what's funny. Everything they're doing, my wife doesn't need. The ears, the eyes, the nose, the hair. Nothing. Nothing. Ideal anime. Ideal anime. Stop.
idea, just a different body part. One influencer that went viral for this procedure was Chin Xianen. She posted about her elf ears on Weibo, sharing the before and after photos, pretty much saying that the injections behind her ear made her face look smaller. We can see from the before photos, her ears were
cool. You're getting angry. I'm getting a little disgusted. It's just like, oh.
barely visible from the front when her hair was tied up. After the injections, her right ear pretty much just jutted outwards like it was trying to run away from her face. Now, what's especially ironic is that
my ears are too small to actually do that with. They're way like my ears. Like look. This is my ears are muy pequeño. Like very, very, very small. Very small.
protruding ears used to be something that people got bullied for, and now it's rebranded as an aesthetic. You just slap on this cute little fantasy name to it, and now everybody wants it. Some netizens with natural protruding ears even joked, "So my ears that I've had for over 20 years are finally fashionable?" And because there's always somebody who takes it too far, our male celebrity here, Xiao Chaye, literally implanted rib cartilages into their ears to achieve the look. So essentially at this point, we're just swapping body parts like Lego pieces.
能贴出10万的效果，但你做不出来。我身边很多人做了今年耳的假母体，往回缩了，今年是10万的耳朵。
Gosh.
100多上100耳朵都有出来。
And all these wild beauty procedures were marketed so hard by salons to the point where pretty much the trend outweighed all the risks. And that is exactly how aesthetic poids works. You're shown the rewards and not the consequences, which is how we end up with people drilling into their heads because Douyin said that their faces would look smaller. Now on the bright side, not so bright, but fillers can be dissolved and your hair might grow back. But bone cement, that's not something you just grow out of. It's literally growing inside of you. You're permanently locking your body into an online trend that may just exist for like maybe half a year. And this brings us to our final boss, Lisa Yo. This girl got famous for transforming her appearance so hard that not even her friends and family recognized her. She openly obsessed over Korean and Chinese celebrities, and well, clearly, as you can tell, she just went all in. Multiple major surgeries, pretty much all aimed to look like this idol aesthetic. And transformation is an understatement. Her new face didn't carry any resemblance to her original features. So if you lined up old and new photos together, you would literally think that these are two completely different people that have photos together.
Well, let's be honest. She needed the work done. She needed. If this is how she originally looked, she needed the work done. Do you not see the eyes? It looks like she looks like the person from those horror movies that literally has lifeless, soulless eyes. That's the vibe I'm getting here.
You would literally think that these are two completely different people that have never met. Netizens quickly pointed out her extremely high and overfilled forehead, as well as a noticeable raised back of the head. It's pretty obvious that her eyes, nose, and mouth all had been worked on, and every exposed part of her skin had pretty much been altered.
I tried Korea's latest beauty obsession ear fillers, and the results are shocking. If you've seen my TikTok about the ear tapes, you already know the look everyone is going for these days in Korea. After trying out the tapes and loving the result, I decided to get fillers to make my ears thicker. Then I headed into the treatment room and met Dr. Zhang. First, I got a small anesthetic shot to reduce any pain. Just look at the difference after doing one side. Oh my god, the trend originated from China with people got this type of filler.
My wife is saying you could put hair behind your ear and it'll just come out. Not everyone has as much hair as you. It's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. So when you have thin hair, it's not going to be enough weight to push your ear out. It's just not. I mean, there are things they could probably put behind their ears or wear glasses because you probably could easily manufacture glasses to push your ears out, but they'd have to be wearing glasses 24/7, which would be, well, honestly, glasses are awesome because I have to wear them, but well, yeah, you can easily wear glasses and then push your ears out so that way everyone can see your tiny little ears.
There's a lot. And now a lot of Koreans getting it too. Honestly, it was totally manageable, just a little discomfort. My before and after.
It's funny. You can see him dying inside.
She was actually a mixed race of Russian and Mongolian, and that she was bullied in school for having these Asian features. After moving to South Korea, she decided to completely transform her identity, and even deleting all the old photos and videos of herself to completely just try to completely transform her.
Hang on. Holy, so no wonder she looked weird, because she had butchered her face to try and meet the aesthetic of China, only to not reach enough that she tried even, oh my gosh, just if this is a lesson to anyone, have confidence in yourself. Just be comfortable with who you are. A better haircut. See, for me, all I need is to exercise. I am the perfect white superior specimen. I just need to work out. I just need to work out. I work full time, and then I'm here, then I'm editing, and then I'm like, I have no time to exercise. So I'm sorry, but yeah, I need to exercise. But I am the white superior specimen, like the OG race. I am it. I am the perfect race. But yeah, I just need to exercise.
And she was bullied in school for having these Asian features. After moving to South Korea, she decided to completely transform her identity and even deleting all the old photos and videos of herself to completely just try to wipe her traces off of the internet of her previous looks. Now, what makes this especially dangerous is that it's mainly targeted for an audience of regular people, just like me and you. Not everybody is a celebrity with loads of money or many options they can pick from. So then they start comparing the prices, filters, or surgery, temporary or permanent, you know, except all of this is pretty much an illusion because your face didn't shrink, your skull just got higher. So without any angle,
I have my abs, but they're protected by fat. You know, I agree with that mindset. I agree with that mindset. That cool? No Mexicans here. No Mexicans here. White superiority right here. White superiority. But yeah. I mean, they're protected by fat. They're absolutely protected.
Angles or any other beauty filters. In real life, it just looks unnatural. You're essentially just trying to morph yourself back to the primal age, as well as putting a baby filter on your face. So what happens when a lower skull becomes cute again? Or maybe even round faces come back into fashion? Like, are people just supposed to sand down their skulls back to normal now? So yeah, if you ever look in the mirror and think that you're not enough, just remember, there are people out there spending hundreds of thousands of yuan to reconstruct their head shape because an influencer told them to. And honestly, if your biggest problem is that your forehead is too big, you're doing just fine. Stay human, stay recognizable, and for the love of God, please don't set us back another 100 years.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. That's just freaking disgusting. Oh my gosh. Oh my freaking gosh.
I'm serious.
I don't know how I feel. Like I think he's Wani. I think that's what his name is. His account is Wani. I like his videos, but every now and then I'm just disgusted by what people do to themselves. What people do to themselves. And it's just, oh my gosh. Oh, it's so disturbing. It's so disturbing. Some English guy had surgery to look like K-pop guy. Of course. People are following these trends because K-pop is starting getting, especially in Western culture, K-pop has seen a huge upswing in the past 4 years, a huge upswing. And then even after K-pop Demon Hunters, it's becoming far more popularized. But the thing is, so many people, they're just not unhappy with who they are. You need to have self-confidence. You really do. And that seems to be lacking. That really seems to be lacking.
You guys got a video?
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait like that.